2 years ago, you would have found me laying down on the bathroom tile floor using a roll of toilet paper as a pillow in a car dealership. Now, here we are, scaled a sales team north of 1,200 people in those 2 years, took me to 11 countries, gave me 5 keynote speaking engagements with north of 8,000 people in attendance in Croatia 5 months into my journey after I quit that job. And I've also put together a coaching business that did $22,500 in my first 15 days, and five-figure weeks are pretty consistent for me at this point. Now, the reason I'm making this video is to give you a three-step framework on how I rewired my mind to go from the bathroom floor to now two different businesses. There's a lot of people that I know out there have created ceilings inside of their own mind on what's possible for themselves. And I know this video can likely help you if you're someone that wants to be able to go out there and break through your plateaus, get rid of the stuck mindset, and go out there and perform at the level you've always known you can. I'm going to actually use a simple Google Doc so that you guys can follow me along in this process, and you guys can take a screenshot or put this down in your own notes if you want. It's the simplest framework in the world, man. Now, the first thing is just becoming aware that you're operating in a smaller fraction of who you know you could be. Now, the reality is whatever you say to yourself most often is what you're going to get more of. So it's all just a self-reflection game. If I told you to go into the mirror and I told you to read to yourself, I will not get any further in my life. I will not get any further in my life. I'm so unlucky. I can't catch a break. The world's against me. You're going to get more of whatever you say most often, right? And if I asked you to go speak those type of sentences into the mirror looking at yourself 10 times in a row, it would sound ridiculous. But most people are literally self-sabotaging their own future success because you are filtering into your mind more of what you already have, which is what you don't want. Now, awareness is just the beginning. I remember when I was in car sales, I would literally find myself programming into my subconscious, which we're going to get into as we go along in this video, nothing more than what I already had. And then my negative self-talk was limiting me, and I saw ceilings in my life. I didn't see ladders to success. Now, you can rewire this entire process. The first step is just becoming aware of this. I want you guys to think of your brain as a filter, and I want you to think of it just like this iceberg analogy here that you guys see on the screen, where the bottom portion of your brain is the subconscious. I want you to think of your neck as like a funnel, right? Think about in the back of your head having a hole, and you're filling that hole with self-talk, with other verbiage from people around you. You're filling it with everything every day that produces actions, emotions, and verbiage out into the world as a result. If you're not taking action, if you're finding yourself in the same place, it's usually because that awareness trap that you're in right now, you keep filtering into your subconscious. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and fake, and it doesn't know the difference between where you are now or where you're going to be in 30 days. All that it knows is what you tell it most often, and thus, consciously, you perform to that level. So this is something that you must understand if you want to rewire your mind for future success. How I went from working in car sales, being hungover multiple times a week, laying on the bathroom tile floor, 150 cold calls a day, no positive reinforcement on my life whatsoever, to then 5 months later speaking in front of 8,000 people on a stage in Croatia and scaling a sales team north of, I think, 250 people at that point in time, was by first understanding my self-talk was my own self-infliction. So as soon as I zapped that and I thought of it every time that I was saying something negative or limiting in my own belief, I would almost like cover up my neck. Like there's a hole back there. And this was my way of protecting myself from self-sabotage. Anytime you're around other people that think small, that speak small, I want you to protect yourself like that and understand whatever you allow into your mind and into your subconscious is going to be represented clearly throughout your conscious mind in your actions, your verbiage, and your emotions, right? And so this is something I got very good at doing. So good that I quit my job on a Thursday, flew across the country on a Friday, and that's when I started in direct sales. But the only reason I had the ability to do it was I became aware of the fact that I wasn't where I wanted to be. I needed to change. And that was where that 40% capacity trap got lifted off of my shoulders. Now, that's just the beginning. When it comes to reprogramming your mind so that you see that ladder to success versus a ceiling, the reality is you have to get rid of the identity you have programmed into your mind now and start operating like the version of yourself you want to be down the road now instead. So where would that version of yourself be? What would that version of yourself be doing right now? What would they do when they wake up? What would they put into their body? Who would they hang out with? What would their action be like? How would they prioritize their time? These are questions that you must get clear inside of your own mind. Reprogramming is you simply operating like the level 99 version of yourself now. So, if you're a high level business person, a high level salesperson, likely you're watching this video if you're in one of those categories, right? What you're going to do is ask yourself, what would the highest form of me, $100 million later, multiple business, serial entrepreneur, 7-figure salesperson, high ticket closer, doing 100K months at 25, whoever that is, right? Inside of your own mind, you have to identify who that is. Ask yourself, what would they do? One of the people that I work with inside of my program is someone that was very young, early 20s. And the first thing I asked her was, what would that person be doing? She'd probably have a morning routine, right? She'd probably eat right, right? She'd probably prioritize her time, utilize Google Calendar, time block. There's a saying, and I use this in all my videos, millionaires plan in hours, billionaires plan in minutes, average people live day to day. That level 99 version of you is so productive and so organized. They have a clear structure every single day so that they don't have to waste time figuring out what they're going to do next. It's already programmed for them. I need you to start operating like that version of yourself now. When I was in car sales, I swear to you, the first thing that I did was ask myself, what do I want? You have to identify what you want and who you want to become. Once you know that, you are just going to backtrack and where you are, accept that is the lowest point you will get. Your fear of failure in starting the brand, starting the business, or starting the journey and becoming that version of yourself is ridiculous. You are already losing in your own mind. What do you have to be scared of? Your mind is a muscle, and just like when you go to the gym, if you've never went before, it's uncomfortable. So when you go to the gym and you tear your muscle fibers down, you then refill them with protein, and that's when they grow. Your mind has a mechanism designed for survival, not for success. You have to take that mechanism and reprogram it, throw the survival instinct out to the side in order to grow, because your mind's a muscle just like the rest of them. So in order to expand, you have to break down your muscle fibers and then reinstill the quality values, the quality knowledge, the quality operating system, the version of yourself at level 99, in order for you to then follow suit with actions and implementation every day that aligns with where you want to go. So I'm going to jump right back into this. But when it comes to reprogramming, you're simply going to identify with yourself who that version is. Go get around all of the people that are like that version. Do whatever you can to reinforce it. And that's number 3, is anchoring yourself to that new identity. Your RAS is your reticular activating system. It acts as a filter to basically allow you to act on what you've programmed into your mind via that filter. It's like that funnel I talked about in the back of your head that you're going to protect when you're thinking negative, when other people are negative, when other people are thinking small, when you're thinking small. You're going to protect that with your life, because what you think is what you're going to get more of. You are what you think about most of the time. So if you're thinking about the lowest version of yourself and where you are right now, that's probably what you're going to get more of, right? I need you to identify with that level 99 version of yourself and then backtrack. What would those things, what would those places, what would the people be around that version of yourself doing, wearing, where would they be going, what would they be eating, right? So your RAS is going to filter. What did I do to train my RAS? Well, I got around luxury cars. At that point, that was something that made me feel more luxury, right? So I walked or I ran when my friends were going out on Friday nights to the car dealership, and I'd go get around these cars. And I would sit there, I would look at them, I'd listen to them, I'd experience what it felt like to be around them. Remember, your RAS, your subconscious, it does not know the difference between what you have now and what you don't have. It doesn't know the difference between real and fake. All that it knows is what you tell it. So if you go get around it enough, how you build belief is based off of 3 things: what you see, what you hear, and what you experience most often. So if you go stare at a Lamborghini every day, and you listen to people drive the Lamborghini every day, and you experience being in proximity with it every single day, your brain thinks it's yours. It'll make its mind up for you and start taking actions consciously, right, that are in suit of chasing that thing. It doesn't know any different. For me, another thing, I want a quality home, multiple homes. I have all three homes that I want dialed into a T on a vision board in my phone, programmed into my subconscious. I'm on Zillow all the time. I'm on YouTube all the time. I'm going to home tours for open houses that I have no business being in. 10, 15, $20 million homes. It's free. I'll walk through them and I'll feel it. I'll experience it. I'll listen to the vibration inside of these homes, right? I'm going to literally brainwash myself for future success based on filtering more belief relative to where I want to go into the future. Your mind's a GPS. If you don't know where you're going, you can't get there. Your mind has a search bar where if you program it enough, every single time you type in Z, Zillow comes up. Every time you type in L, Lamborghini comes up instead of limited thinking. If it ends in there, a lot of you guys have negativity, right? Program that. You have to filter into your subconscious what you want to have more of, the things that align with that level 99 identity of yourself. So look at this iceberg and understand that your conscious is a very small percentage of what it is you're actually doing inside of your mind. But you don't understand how much of it is subconscious. Right? Your subconscious is where everything you actually take action on, all of your emotions, all of your verbiage and the words you speak out loud to the world, to yourself, all of those things are controlled by your subconscious. Most people never even understand this part. When I figured this out, I was like, holy cow, bro. My life is about to change. And it did. Here's a trick for you guys. When you guys are looking at your phone screens, you look on your lock screen on average 400 times a day. Imagine if you had your goals, if you had the car, if you had the home. A lot of people do, but you don't understand why you have it on there. Why you have it on there is because you want to filter into your subconscious, that funnel, more of what aligns with the version of yourself you want to be, right? That is going to subconsciously train your brain to tell your conscious mind, take the actions that follow suit with that destination. Make a motion based on that destination. Speak based on that destination. One of the things that I practice every single morning is a morning routine that aligns with the level 99 version of Noah Ortiz. So I wake up in the morning. I don't touch my phone for the first 40 minutes. I'm using cold water tactics. I'm doing hydration. I'm doing breath work. I'm doing gratitude. I'm reading. I'm meditating. I'm going on a walk. I'm getting protein in. All of that before I even touch my phone, man. It's very simple and it's very easy to do, but it's also very easy not to do. But ask yourself, what would the level 99 version of you be doing right now? Because if you don't start operating like that version of yourself now, you're never going to be able to connect the dots and get there. So it's just like if I asked you to drive to the nearest McDonald's outside of your state. It sounds crazy, but if you didn't type it into a GPS, what would you do? Probably just get in the car and drive one direction until you got there. That's not very efficient, right? That's how most people operate. You think you're going to get to success. You're going to become the level 99 version of yourself. You're going to get what you want out of life by just thinking about the end goal, but not attaching the in between. You have to operate like that version of yourself, which is equivalent to you being efficient and getting to the nearest McDonald's, aka using your maps, typing it in on the GPS. It gives you the street, it gives you the road, it gives you the zip code, it gives you the city, right? And it's going to give you the closest route. That closest route is equal to your brain programming for future success, where you want to go, what that version of yourself is, what they have, what home, what car, how many tattoos do you got, what your girl or boy look like, how many kids do you have, how much money's in the bank, how much is rolling in a month, how do you have it diversified, where your parents live in, right? How detailed can you get? How programmed can you give your subconscious so that consciously you take actions that are equivalent and going to progress you in that direction? Here's what I can tell you. My goal is, as you watch this video, to gain more energy. Energy is more contagious. Clearly, I'm someone that has a lot of that. Why? Number one, because I protect it. I don't allow negative thinking. I don't allow negative people to be around me. I will run away. I'm like a bubble. If you're around me, I don't care if you're friends. I don't care if you're family. I don't care if I've known you my entire life. I don't care what you've done for me in the past. I have a bubble, and it protects me from all of those things because they don't align with where I want to go. So my point is, the reason I have energy is, number one, I protect it. Number two, I know how to get more of it. Getting around people, proximity with that have what I want, that are already closer to the level 99 version of me than I am, because they've been through the trials and tribulations, because they figured out how this whole iceberg analysis works, right? This is the very simple framework for you to start reprogramming your mind. Now, the first step is, like I mentioned inside of this Google Doc, becoming aware of the fact that you're not there. It's easy for me to get you fired up on the idea of programming your subconscious with all the cool stuff, but you have to take it back to step one and understand and address your own limiting beliefs and your insecurity, your capacity limits you have in your mind. Then you have to backtrack. You have to replace your limiting beliefs with the new identity. And that's where you have to become extremely clear with that identity of yourself at level 99 and what they have and where they're going, right? So go to the hotel lobbies that have high affluence people. I literally just got back from a place called the Global Ambassador here in Phoenix. All the NBA teams stay right there. All the high level business people come in there. I'm sitting there and I'm meeting these people. I'm around them. I can feel their energy. It radiates higher for me. It puts me on a higher vibration. I'm more productive. You will notice this so simply, and you'll become addicted to that process. Here's the thing, man. When you start really training your RAS and your subconscious for future success, here's what happens. You wake up every single morning without an alarm clock, and you don't want to sleep anymore, and you don't click snooze because you got your vision back. Your brain is a supercomputer. Use it. Get your dreams back. Think big, but you have to program your subconscious using your reticular activating system, which, yes, it's a real thing. Go look it up, to program yourself for future success. When I wake up in the morning, I am genuinely fired up because I have a reason. I'm in pursuit of that person, and I don't even know I'm doing it. Remember, I've just programmed my subconscious so much that the actions, the emotions, the verbiage, the energy that I radiate out into the world, I don't even have control over it at this point. I swear. I'm just in direct pursuit of that level and that version of myself and those things that I've programmed. The only difference between where I am now and where I need to be is the time. And the only way you collapse the time is by rewiring your way of thinking. Now, if you stuck with me this far, hopefully and likely you got value out of this video. I mentioned level 99 several times. I truly believe life is a game, and inside of this game of life, we all are in true pursuit of level 99. Some of us just haven't become conscious of it yet because we don't understand how our subconscious works. Inside of the level 99 project, this is what I've designed to help aspiring high performers rewire their way of thinking and program it for future success. If you're someone that wants to work more hands-on and one-on-one with myself, reach out to me on Instagram at Noah Ortiz Official. I'll drop it in the description of this video and I will help you. This has been a crazy transformation for myself. The only reason I'm here is because what I did was anchor myself to other mentors who had already become closer to that version of myself I wanted to be. And without it, I wouldn't be here today. I'd still be on the bathroom tile floor. I have a long way to go, but in 2 years worth of time, I've come a long way. And it starts with you becoming aware that you're operating in a small capacity that you need to be. It becomes number two, you replacing your limited beliefs with a new identity. And number three, anchoring down and filtering into that subconscious what you want more of through what you see, hear, and experience most often. Thank you guys for your time. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and I look forward to giving you guys more value. Peace out.